Hello, my name is James McWhorter, and I've run the DigiPen Art and Animation class for the last 4 years during the summer down here at Newmarket. This is the first year we've had the honor of running the DigiPen Art and Animation and Computer Science class simultaneously during the school year. Let's check in with Tom Foster to talk a little bit about the Computer Science class and see how they started their year back in 2019.
DigiPen Computer Science AP is a place where students come to demystify the inner workings of a computer. They learn that they're not magic. They learn the basic operations, the encoding, some fundamental math, vectors and matrices, and they apply their work of learning variables and loops and making video games. Initially, we start out in a structured fashion, and then we move to an object-oriented fashion. We lay a foundation in C to understand basic concepts, and then later on we move into C# and Unity to work on more advanced projects, as well as other engines and platforms.
As they worked their way through the fundamentals, students started gearing up for Skills USA. Let's check in with Ethan to talk about what it's like developing a game for Skills USA.
Dungeon Life is a 2D top-down rogue-like with the art style for the initial game. It was all just gray on gray. It's like, I think in each individual tile there were 32 pixels in it. But in this new version, it's like, oh, gray floor, purple walls. Because when we were making the art, we looked at Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past art, and we're like, oh, the walls have a little ceiling. We're like, oh, that gives it a lot more depth, and the same thing with corners and stuff. So Mr. Foster said, hey, anyone who wants to do Skills USA, he gave us the rules and stuff. He gave us some examples of projects from previous years. And he's like, if you want to do it, go right ahead and start working on your game.
While the computer science class was gearing up for Skills USA, the art and animation class was learning about the fundamentals of line, shape, form, value, color, and texture. We start the day off with a series of warm-up drawings, which usually consists of lines and circles. Throughout the semester, our warm-up drawings started to become more and more intricate and representative. Students really enjoyed drawing animal hybrids and celebrity caricatures. We talked about shape versus form and how changing the shape language you use when drawing a specific form can apply a different type of texture or material. Students also learned about shadow globes and different kinds of shadows and reflected light. As we moved into second semester, students started drawing more and more complex forms and shapes, turning simple shapes, like boxes and cubes, into buildings and city streets. Then, in March of 2020, we had to switch to continuous learning and online classes. Unfortunately, with all the cancellations that came this year, the Skills USA teams were not able to compete. But with all of the challenges of switching to continuous learning, students found new ways to engage with the class material. Let's talk to Christopher and look at how he developed his game in this new format.
Head games was an idea that my teammate Connor came up with. All the textures were just flat colors. Partway through development, James, the art teacher, said that it looked somewhat like a kid's stage play where they have like cardboard cutouts and they make stuff. And he said, what if you make the characters like puppets and it's in like a box show? So I adjusted the materials and added that, as well as the strings on top of them, just to add to the feel of they are like being tugged around.
During the last few months, it's been incredibly encouraging to see all of the students' passion for art inside and outside of the class. Whether they're doing homework assignments, working in Blender, doing commission work, or drawing a character for their D&D campaign.